Welcome students. So today's topic is The Convalescent, an essay written by Charles Lamb. So first I'm going to talk about the author Charles Lamb. So he was born in London on 10th February 1775. Lamb is more famous under his pseudonym of Elia that he borrowed from the surname of a fellow clerk. He received his schooling at Christ's Hospital, that is also known the Blue Coat School. It was an English public school, and here he began his friendship with S.T. Coleridge. Lamb obtained a clerkship first in the South Sea House, then in 1792 in the accounts office of the East India Company, where he continued to work till his retirement. There was a streak of insanity in his family, and Lamb spent the last 6 weeks of the year 1795 in a madhouse or an asylum at Hoxton. But the most affected person from this madness was his sister, Mary Lamb, and in September 1796 she murdered her mother in a fit of madness. And Lamb devoted his entire life to the care of his sister. His major works are Tales from Shakespeare, Essays of Elia, The Last Essays of Elia. Now let's begin the essay. The convalescent. Convalescent means returning to health after illness. Okay, returning to health after illness. So the essay is about the curious working of a convalescent's mind and the process of returning to health. In this state, when a patient is recovering from the illness, he cannot enjoy the importance given to a sick person, nor he can move about freely like a healthy man. So Lamb talks about the mental state of a convalescent. Okay, a pretty severe fit of indisposition, which under the name of a nervous fever has made a prisoner of me for some weeks past, and is but slowly leaving me, has reduced me to an incapacity of reflecting upon any topic foreign to itself. So, in the beginning of the essay, Lamb tells us that from past few weeks, a nervous fever has made him a prisoner. That means from past few weeks he has been suffering from a nervous fever. And he says that it was a pretty means to a moderately high degree. Okay, so it was a pretty severe. Severe means bad or unpleasant. Okay, fit means time period. Okay, here it means time period of indisposition. Indispositions means a slight illness, state of a slight illness. Okay, so it was a pretty severe fit of indisposition. That means it was a quite bad period of illness. It has made him a prisoner of me for some past weeks, and but slowly leaving me has reduced me to an incapacity of reflecting upon any topic foreign to itself. This fever has made him unable to reflect means to think. Okay, so this fever has made him unable to reflect, to think upon any foreign topic. Foreign means some new or some other topic. That means he cannot think about any other topic due to this fever or due to this illness, and all he can think about is this illness of his. Okay, Expect no healthy conclusions from me this month, reader. I can offer you only sick man's dreams. So Lamb here is requesting to his readers to not to expect from him any healthy conclusion. Healthy means good. Conclusion means results. In here it means results in writings. Okay. So due to this sickness, he can write only about sick man's dreams. Okay, being a sick person, that is all he can think about. So here in this essay, he is going to write about a sick person's thoughts. And truly, the whole state of sickness is such. For what else is it but a magnificent dream for a man to lie abed and draw daylight curtains about him? Now he tells the reader about the whole state of sickness. He says that what else it is but a magnificent dream. He says that sickness is like a magnificent dream. Magnificent means splendid. That is bhavya, you can say. He says that sickness is like a beautiful or splendid dream for a man. He says so because for a man to lie abed and draw daylight curtains about him. He says so because when you are sick, all you have to do is to lie on a bed and draw daylight curtains, shutting out the sun to induce a total oblivion of all works which are going on under it. And when you draw the curtains, sunlight cannot enter in your room and you have no connections with outer world. Okay, and in this way you create a total oblivion. Oblivion means unawareness, okay, of all the works that are going on under the sun. It means it यहाँ जो आया है sun के लिए आया है. Okay, so when you draw the curtains, sunlight cannot enter in your room and you have no connection with the outer world, and then you create a total oblivion of all the works that are going on under the sun. So Lamb says that being sickness is like a beautiful dream, because when you are sick, all you have to do is to lie on your bed and draw your curtains to take some rest. And in that condition, you have no worries about the outer world. And in that condition, to become insensible to all the operations of life except the beating of one feeble pulse. In that condition, when you are unaware of all the operations means activities of life, you are just aware of your own feeble pulse. Feeble means weak or kamzor. Okay, pulse means heartbeat, dhadkan. So in that condition of sickness, your complete focus is on your beating heart, just like meditation or some kind of solitude. If there be a regal solitude, it is a sick bed. Next he says that if there be a regal means royal or shahi. Okay, solitude means a state of being alone. So he says that if there be a regal solitude, it is a sick bed. That means bed of a sick person is just like being in a regal solitude. How the patient lords it there? Because when you are sick, then everybody serves you and you have enough time to focus on yourself. And the patient acts like a lord because everyone serves the sick person. What caprices he acts without control, how king-like he sways his pillow, tumbling and tossing and shifting and lowering and thumping and flatting and moulding it to the ever-varying requisitions of his throbbing temples. Now he says that a sick person acts in a whimsical manner, okay, without control. He shows different kinds of moods without control. He sways his pillow. Sways means he moves or swings his pillow like a king. Sometimes he tumbles means to fall down, or tossing means to throw lightly or casually. So sometimes he drops it or throws it lightly. Shifting and lowering, sometimes he shifts, that means changing its position, or lowers it, that means moves it downward. So he thumping and flattening, sometimes he beat it. Thumbs means to beat, and flatten it, to make it flat. So a sick person mold its pillow according to its varying requisition. Requisition means demand. Varying means changing. Molding it to ever varying requisition of his throbbing temples. Throbbing means aching. Here it means aching, यानी जो पेन हो रहा है. And temples means kanpati. Okay. So you mold your pillow according to your ever changing demand of your aching temples. When you are sick due to the severe headache or uneasiness, you just change the position of your pillow. You throw it or move it or change its position, or you beat it. Okay. So here he just wanted to describe the uneasiness of a sick person in a humorous way. Okay. Now he says that he changes sides oftener than a politician. So now Lamb says that a sick person changes sides more oftener than a politician. We know that politicians are opportunists. They change their parties frequently according to their benefit. Okay. And here Lamb is comparing the convalescent to a politician. So he says that now he lies full length, then half length, obliquely, transversely, head and feet quite across the bed, and none accuses him of tergiversation. That means sometimes he lies straight. Full length means sometimes he lies straight on the bed, or half length. Half length means folded position. Okay. Or he lies obliquely. Obliquely means tircha, and transversely means teda, or he lies head and feet across the bed, and nobody accuses him of tergiversation. That means tergiversation means changing sides or changing your loyalties. Okay. Tergiversations means changing sides, and if a politician changes his side, we accuse him of tergiversation, and but if a convalescent changes his side, no one accuses him of tergiversation. Within the four curtains, he is absolute. So within the four curtains, sick person is complete in itself, and they are his mere clausum. Mere clausum means a closed sea. Actually it means the sea that is under the jurisdiction of a particular country, but here it means a territory. Okay. So they are his mere clausum. That means that is his sick person's territory or his area that he rules. Okay. So that is all for today's lecture. We will continue our essay in our next video. Thank you.